Like a lot of people, I'm a great fan of Doctor Who, fascinated by that image of the TARDIS, a little space which actually turns out to be a huge space inside. And it's an image that's very close to the heart of how C.S. Lewis creates his world of Narnia. People can't believe that the wardrobe in the old house contains a whole world, or that it's the doorway into something much bigger and more untamable and unexpected than you ever imagined. And in the very last book in the series, The Last Battle, so much happens around, very significantly, an old stable, a stable which turns out to be another gateway into another world. And one of the characters says about this that, of course, in her own world, there was once a stable that contained something bigger than the entire universe, the stable at Bethlehem. It's as if in the whole sequence of stories, Lewis is trying to say, this world is bigger on the inside than the outside. Like the TARDIS, it's much greater than it seems. And we are bigger than we seem, bigger on the inside than the outside. We can grow into a newness of life, a depth and richness of excitement and experience through faith. If we're ready to break through, to go through the back of the wardrobe, to go through the stable door, to humble ourselves, to let go, to allow ourselves to be stripped and challenged and almost forced into facing the truth. And if we can do all that, what lies on the other side is not just a world that's bigger than our own, but a world that goes on getting bigger, goes on getting richer, more varied, more beautiful. The vision at the very end of The Last Battle is of the characters all moving into that new dimension where you're constantly moving, as he says, further up, further in, a world which unfolds, landscape upon landscape, view upon view, vista upon vista, as more and more you understand that you're never going to get to the end of the riches of God and what God has in store for you and those you love. Our hope as Christians for eternal life is not just a hope that we'll sit down one day and it'll all be over, but, as Lewis says, a hope that we're always moving into greater depth, greater joy. The world is bigger on the inside than the outside, and so are we. And the journey in towards our hearts, into the truth that God holds for us in our inmost hearts, that journey is also a journey into the infinity of God, the endlessness of God's joy, God's promise, God's richness.